Old-time structural detailing versus new-age structural detailing. What's changed and what hasn't? Structural detailing is an integral part of structural engineering. It's how engineers communicate their designs to fabricators and erectors. So what has changed and what hasn't changed in the way we detail structures today versus 50 years ago? Let's find out. Hey, welcome to my channel. This is a place where we talk about structural engineering and design. So let's get started with today's topic. Old-time structural detailing versus new-age structural detailing. Let's first look at some old structural drawings and see what we can learn from them. These are the original construction drawings for the Empire State Building. The drawings are not only a record of the original construction, but they also show us the level of detail required to build a structure like this back in the 1930s. In many ways, these drawings represent the pinnacle of old-time detailing. So what do we see here? Well, there are many things to unpack, but let's start with the title block. The title block contains all the relevant information about the drawing, such as the project name, the drawing number, the sheet scale, and the date. But notice that there is no author. Can you imagine how confusing that would be today? If I were to hand over a set of drawings to you without any indication of who prepared them, you would be none too pleased. And rightfully so. The lack of an author is probably the biggest difference I see between old-time detailing and modern detailing. Back in the day, drawings were prepared by draftsmen who worked for a firm. Today, drawings are prepared by engineers who work for a firm. The responsibility and liability is completely different today than it was 50 years ago. That is why we put our name and seal on every drawing we produce. Another big difference I noticed while reviewing these drawings is the use of symbols. Symbols are used to represent different things on a drawing. For example, this symbol indicates a column, and this one represents a beam. Structural symbols have evolved quite a bit over the last century. While these symbols may seem archaic now, they were once the standard way of communicating structural information. Today we use more descriptive symbols which are easier to understand. For example, this is how we might represent a structural member today. Notice how much more information we can convey with the new symbol. One thing that hasn't changed is the importance of dimensioning. Dimensioning is the process of putting numbers on a drawing to indicate the size of features. Without proper dimensioning, it would be nearly impossible to fabricate and erect the structure. Just like today, every dimension, angle, and curve must be shown on the drawings. The biggest difference between old-time detailing and modern detailing is the addition of notes. Notes provide additional information about a particular item on a drawing. They are used to clarify ambiguous items or explain complex ideas. Notice how the new symbols allow us to reduce the amount of notes needed to explain the various structural elements. With the proper use of symbols, notes, and dimensions, modern drawings are much easier to read and understand. This allows engineers to focus on the design rather than the production of detailed construction drawings. There are still some holdovers from old-time detailing that we use today. For example, we still use lines to represent different materials. A thick line represents a heavy timber, while a thinner line represents a light timber. We also use a dotted line to indicate a hidden line, just like they did back in the 1930s. With the advent of computers, we can now produce drawings much faster than we could by hand. However, this has led to a decline in the quality of our drawings. Many engineers today do not have the attention to detail that was required to produce drawings like these. It takes a special kind of person to be able to produce detailed construction drawings. It's a dying breed, much like the structural detailing draftsmen of the past. These old drawings are not only a testament to the craftsmanship of the engineers and draftsmen who worked on them, but they also remind us of the importance of structural detailing in the construction of tall buildings. Tall buildings are among the most complex structures ever built by man. They require the expertise of some of the brightest minds in engineering, and when done correctly, they stand as a testament to human ingenuity. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button.
Thanks for watching.